these keys to the game as you take a look at the starting lineup. Kyle Lowry in there for the 8th straight game. They're 3-5 since he took over, and again, he's in there for Aaron.
Oklahoma City with 14 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. That's the type of floor game he's got to play tonight.
He will.
From a 3-game absence due to back spasms, in 7 games now back in the lineup for Butler since then. Scola missed again, but it's Chuck Hayes with the putback. It took just over 2 minutes to get the first score of the game, and it's Hayes with the typical sort of basket you would expect out of him.
That is Hayes' game right there. He is a great competitor. He's tough around the basket. He will battle you. He will not back down, and Butler finally got one to go.
Missed his first 2, but knocked down a 20-footer to get Dallas on the board. Scola in the lane. Luis Scola is the second leading scorer for Houston.
It's what they want to do, push that tempo, try and get some quick shots.
If you look at the numbers, they are one of the highest paced teams in the league, and the top 5 in the NBA in possessions per game, as Jason Kidd puts Dallas on top. Butler assisted on the Kidd three-pointer. Coming right back to answer, it's Kevin Martin. Martin is their leader, and he has made a living in this league off his ability to put the ball in the basket. Kevin Martin averaging 23 a game this year and averaging nearly 18 a game for his career.
And you have a day like yesterday where you can reflect and look.
Tonight are Ken Maurer, Kane Fitzgerald, and Benny Adams. And start tonight, he's 1 for 5, missed another hook shot.
Well, they're giving the ball down low a lot. They're not hesitant about putting the ball in the post to Scola.
Dirk backing in on Scola, off balance, fade away. A Dirk special goes in from the baseline. The steal credited to Chandler. It was Stevenson who finally secured possession. Pass into the corner, stolen right back by Houston. Battier was there defensively for the Rockets. Scola runs the floor, and Chandler comes back to block it, but also fouls him.
It's one you have to make. You don't want to give Scola that easy one. Oh, he got him pretty good.
Money's worth. Luis Scola, very short. Scola is 30 years old with an accomplished, and he goes 1 of 2 at the line to pull the Rockets to within 1 as Kidd misses.
That was a 2. He was too close. He should have backed up behind the three-point.
Lowry with the basket. I got to be honest with you, Bob. He's physical with him after he makes the catch, too. I mean, we saw that on the shot that Dirk made from the left block a moment ago. And here is Nowitzki with a hand in his face, going up over Scola to hit that jumper. And the Mavericks seesaw tonight against Kevin Martin. With the shot clock down to 9, this is one of the longer Houston possessions, yes. Down to 6 to shoot. And a deep 2 hit by Lowry. He's made his first 2 shots tonight. Dirk in the paint from Kidd. And he gets the shooter's bounce. 12th time in his storied career. Lowry missing badly on that attempt. Drove the lane, faded baseline. Corner 3, Deshaun Stevenson, that is his sweet spot. The right.
Carlisle has just changed it up very early on. He's gone to a zone. Keeps giving the opponent different looks.
Lowry in the lane, finds Scola, who uses the glass to score it. And Caron Butler. Stevenson, Dirk, and Chandler all checked out. And here is Marion. Daylight in the lane to the basket. Doesn't get the bounce, but is fouled.
To play right now. He made that catch and a good quick move.
Him in that stretch. He comes into play tonight shooting 52% for the year. We also have Hayes on the floor now with 2 fouls for Houston. Late in the shot clock. Lowry in the lane to beat the clock. Battier connects on a 3. In the regular season, only Martin has tried more in 3-pointers than Battier. Short on the attempt for Jason Terry. Offensive rebound, Kidd. No look pass. Butler goes on the reverse.
You see Kidd's pass?
Beautiful.
I mean, he knew where everybody on the floor was. He immediately got the ball to Butler. Butler baseline drive finish.
Another 3 for the Rockets.
They're going to do that. And they're going to take shots, and we've seen that so far in this game, and given any room, any daylight at all on 3-point shots, they will shoot it.
That is a post up for Kidd, and he scores it with the advantage against Kyle Lowry in terms of size. Kidd is able to exploit that and put Dallas back on top. Shot fake by Kevin Martin. Brad Miller went in at the timeout. So did Chase Budinger. And there is Martin with a hit on the jump shot.
Martin settled in.
Missed by Kidd, saved it in, but Martin was there to claim it for the Rockets. Brad Miller, you have to respect that jump shot. He drives and got fouled. Chicago last year.
He'll put up threes.
Points and nearly 4 rebounds in primarily a reserve role. He did a lot of that on Saturday. Went 5 of 7, one of his best games in quite some time. Scored 13 points. Correa swings it to Dirk. Out of the corner, he hits.
That's a really good job of swinging the ball.
Had some back issues, and so Ishmael Smith goes from undrafted to getting some starts early in his NBA career.
And Rick Adelman comes up and says, deal with that.
See, I was trying to read his lips. I thought he said, look, you can.
Houston does not have a foul to give. They're at 4 for the quarter. Correa uses the Dirk screen. Got free for what appears to be a long 2-pointer. Correa defended by Smith. Couldn't get into the paint, but he found Marion, who did get into the paint. Haywood with the offensive rebound. Block going back up by Miller. Misses a second attempt at it. Saved in by Marion. Out to Dirk. To beat the buzzer. Almost banked in a 3. It's tonight here at American Airlines Center. First matchup this year for the Mavs and Rockets. Dallas got the early lead, but Houston behind Kevin Martin rallies, and they'll take the lead into the second quarter. Ishmael Smith, Jordan Hill, and Brad Miller. Thanks for joining us tonight for Mavericks basketball on Fox Sports Southwest. And we should say hello to those of you watching across the country tonight on NBA TV. Hill covered in the corner by Marion. Budinger puts up a 3-pointer and got fouled by Brendan Haywood. Last year in 74 games. Rockets in front by 2. Shot clock, and ends up coming up short. That's probably a tough situation, though, for Haywood. That far out on the floor, that late in the shot clock.
Good awareness to get the shot up.
Miller to the basket and gets the dunk off the feed from Chase Budinger. Brad Miller, the veteran from Purdue, almost stolen by Courtney Lee. Peeled back on a long inbounds pass. Then Jason Terry.
Boy, that's what you want to do. Take it to the rim.
That is a nice pass. And you know, Budinger had a reputation at Arizona as being at Arizona. He averaged over 3 assists a game and averaged around 4 assists. Jason Terry with a couple of free throws. In this stretch where they have won 5 straight games. That was their largest margin of victory. Ishmael Smith, the dump off inside to Jordan Hill. He couldn't captain the USSS. Jordan Hill. Brady went to New York. Carl Landry went out to Sacramento on that deal. Hill went 1 for 2. Shot fake by Dirk to the basket to get Dallas to within 1. Double digits on the scoreboard. Here's Budinger with a runner.
Tell you what, I don't think Dirk gets enough credit for being one of the better defensive rebounders in this league.
From Haywood, Nowitzki gives Dallas the lead.
Nice inside-out play.
This is a total number, but here's sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks, he'll go over 8,000 rebounds for his career. A little over 7,900 coming into play tonight. Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
We're right to the Maverick huddle. Like
he just nailed a half-court shot.
That's called bragging rights for life. You think any of his friends can one-up that? Come on, man. Dude's going to be on the tube tonight.
A drive and a finish for J.J. Barea. Out of the timeout, the Mavericks get the hoop to tie the. Brad Miller got it back. Budinger steps into an open 3. Offensive rebound, Jordan Hill, blocked by Haywood. Lee with it. And Houston will have a 4th attempt. Baseline drive, Budinger to the basket for the dunk. Gives Houston a 2-point lead. 8 on the shot clock. Once again, Barea gets into the paint, doesn't pass, but banks it home.
Shot fake, a ball fake, a pass fake.
I don't want to see a whole lot of that from your point guard.
We're almost 5 minutes into the second quarter. Marion off the lob, scores it with a foul.
Teams, gentlemen, having a difficult time separating from the other. A good look at what Marion just did on that jump hook.
Completes a 3-point play. Lee gets a Brad Miller screen. Lee gets it back to beat the shot clock, rises and hits. And that is a tying three-pointers. Made his first 3 attempts. Lee goes baseline off the crossover. Blocked, but gets it back. All right, one more look at it, so we'll have even more bragging rights on his friends. The half-court shot, taunting the Rockets. That's a technical. Chest bump with Mavs man. High five with Deshaun Stevenson, Brian Cardinal, and Jason Kidd, too.
Happens Thursday night on TNT.
Inside to Chandler, stripped by Brad Miller. Nice defensive play, certainly from our angle. That looked like the only lineup change that Rick Carlisle made at the timeout was putting in Chandler for Haywood. But he does have Caron Butler at the scorer's table. And Kidd as well, I believe. Here's Barea to the basket, and another underhanded scoop to the hoop goes in. A lot of run for Barea here in the second quarter. A deflection. Houston gets the steal. Chasing down the loose ball off the pass, it was Kyle Lowry who will score. Mavs at 42.5. Scola down on the block. Finds Jordan Hill, and he'll get the roll to give Houston the lead. Had Battier on him. Gave up the ball to Kidd, who then went to Barea. And now you got a loose ball inside that pinballed off Marion. He missed a shot, but Chandler stays after it and is fouled. 80% shooting his free throws this year, and an opportunity to tie out of high school.
Yes.
Still quite a few games under his belt here in the first half. Butler in the corner. Battier gives you the baseline. A double team helps. Outside, that was a good find to Barea, and a go-ahead 3 hit by JJ. Trying to close with a flourish here at the end of the half. Deflection, right to Chandler. Down low to Butler, he's blocked. Martin on the screen. Squares up, but misses. Barea in attack mode. Now Butler cutting down the lane. A blocking foul on Houston.
Well, this team will, because they're willing to give up the ball. And sometimes you.
And the Mavericks are doing it well this year, averaging over.
In the same way, movement, sharing the ball. He said it's a fun team to play for. Mavericks are becoming the same way.
10 on the shot clock. Final minute of the half. Offensive foul. That's Lowry against Barea.
If you have the arm bar, you might get away with it. But if you extend and the elbow to the wrist, you're going to be in trouble.
Marion slams it home. He set the screen and rolled to the basket. Kidd found him, and it's a 9-zip Dallas run.
Need to stop here. This would be big before the half.
Lowry. They get the stop. Hill, the offensive rebound. Misses inside. Scola blocked on the putback, but fouled. It helped that he had, not the last, but they could milk it way down here at the end of the half.
Here comes high to set the pick. There it is.
Spread out the floor. Let's see if Barea can break it down. Dribble drives, and how about that play by Martin? They angle inbounds pass here by Kidd. Over the top, lob to Chandler, who got fouled.
A raise of the eyebrow, just the little subtle.
Yeah. 1 cents and potentially 11-1. 10-1. They may get it back. It's loose on the floor. Brad Miller has it, and that's how the half will end. Averaging over 17 turnovers. Rick Carlisle before the game tonight, didn't have just a ton to say other than the obvious that it's better decisions being made, and Stevenson's going to get free throws here off a turnover, by the way.
The other thing that tops all of that off, everything you said, is repetition. It's like raising children. You develop a resistance to the
grade.
54-45 off the free throws by Stevenson, giving him 5 points tonight. Got fouled by Kevin Martin. And to the basket, one of the better moves we've seen out of Luis Scola tonight, who has 8 points with that hoop. In the lane, they're looking for Chandler, and it's dug out by Battier. Off the Mavericks' 3rd turnover of the quarter. Then Dirk knocks it out of Scola's hands, and out of bounds off Scola. Right back over to Dallas after a Maverick turnover twice.
A heck of a play by Dirk Nowitzki that time. Scola was just really headed.
3 for 3. Stevenson swishes it home. Kidd peeled back and almost stole the pass to the backcourt. Well, I think Stevenson just sort of fits the definition of the unsung hero of what Dallas is. Scola with the bank shot, and Houston draws to within 8 of Dallas. And now Kidd, no one on him, so he'll put up a three and bury it. Save for the first time. Lowry finds Scola. Chandler stepped out, but Scola with a nice soft feathery tuck. Leading scorer in the FIBA World Championships this past summer for the Argentinian national team. He averaged 27 points a game. Kevin Martin double clutched and drew the foul on Stevenson. 23 and 90 has 10 tonight as he heads to the line.
Of Scola goes out of bounds. The Mavericks get it back. They go to. Yes, he has. And he learned it from Karl Malone. After Karl Malone beat him up for the first 2 or 3 years that Dirk was in the league.
Dirk fading for the foul line and gets the bounce. Dirk, the 4th leading scorer in the league at just over 26 points a game. He's got 14 tonight. Martin missed a long rebound and a chance to run for Kidd and the Mavericks. To Dirk, to the hoop. And he'll get the bounce again.
He gets a lot of bounces, doesn't he?
He played just over 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. A post up for Stevenson. Turn around for the baseline. Good again. We haven't seen just a whole lot of. Tyson Chandler got the rebound off the miss by Lowry. Caron Butler springs free and hits. Kidd the fine, and Butler moving without.
Quarter prior to the half.
10-1 run to end the half, Bob.
Right, and it continued on into the 3rd period, as it frequently does.
Butler drains it. Scoring run. Mavericks are methodically, that is, opening up a nice lead here. In front by 17 as Scola is fouled. It's like a recipe. You got to find the right
Court defense, and it's really hard to defend and hard to scout. And when guys get a feel for each
Intelligently
Yes.
and together.
in the lane, Butler with a little runner that falls home.
That's a great job mixing it up.
Scola trying to move Chandler, not very successfully, but he stays after it. Scola earned those 2 points with that little duck-in move to get it up to the rim and score.
He's tough. He's tough physically, Scola is.
Now Butler, another jumper. That's 4 straight makes for Caron Butler. Here in the 3rd quarter, of course, that's when he established control of the game the other night. He really got flowing in the 3rd quarter, Bob. Coming back to answer, Kevin Martin for the 3.
These 2 guys off your bench.
Not only is it 12 years of experience, but selected back-to-back. As Butler hits a 3-pointer. Man, Butler's blowing up in the 3rd.
You want that ball up at least somewhere between his waist and his shoulder.
Even with a guy like Chandler, who is very athletic and very agile for a big man.
With more of the same.
Kidd checks by Courtney Lee, who has subbed in. Terry for the baseline, finds bottom. Buttinger. Jordan Hill in the game. Good pass, and then Martin fouled from behind. Bound game working tonight. Average 7, 9.5, 10.3 free throw attempts a game, and about 7.5 last year.
There you go. He really can. He can get to the line.
Butler, heat check, up over Buttinger. Martin on the dribble drive. They go to Courtney Lee. 3-pointer is good for Courtney Lee.
That's good offensive
play with the Orlando team that went to the finals last year, played on the 12-70 New Jersey Nets. Steal, Buttinger off the pass by Terry. And a foul in the backcourt by Terry. Quarter, especially that is as they open up a 7-point half.
The Mavericks did open up that 7-point lead. They came out in the 3rd quarter.
Haywood will come out to set the screen. The shot clock now at 5. Now Marion quickly exploding with the drive into the lane. The finish from Marion. And let's see if Dallas can get the stop. 2 seconds. Lead to Brad Miller for a 3 to beat the buzzer. And he got it.
He trails in. That's exactly what.
Radio Network.
And that Ben and Skin juggernaut. Boy, what a beast it is.
And it's Butler, who is beasting here in the 2nd half. Comes away with a steal. Finds Jason Terry. And then a foul after the shot was missed. And tonight, Houston's first team foul of the 4th quarter. And again, pressure that they've done most nights this year. They lead the league in fewest points allowed per fourth quarter, giving up just 22 points in the fourth quarter. There's some defensive pressure. How about Brendan Haywood with the block on Jordan Hill?
And he can do that more often. He just really needs to be making the effort to do that. That was a really nice defensive play.
Terry with the dunk, drives the lane off to Nowitzki.
Love that, didn't they?
Bench did too.
You bet. That bench was all over the place.
Defensive board by Dirk after Martin missed. Buttinger took it away. Stripped by Barea as the pass went underneath the Hill, but then out of bounds off Dallas.
You shouldn't be surprised anymore, but we've seen him do it so many times.
Yeah, I was not surprised. I felt like he tried to do that in Atlanta.
With a real sense of purpose. Playing well defensively. Scored the first 4 points of the quarter. And now the first 6 points of the quarter on the hoop by Marion.
You know, he likes to go over his left shoulder, and he went the other way that time, and I think that's really good. Mix that up a little bit.
And it is a backdoor cut. Buttinger.
The interesting thing about that system as it relates to that high post passer you just mentioned, Nowitzki on the baseline, a tough shot. That's what Adelman
on your opponent. That's what the Mavericks have been doing this year.
Some lineup changes. First, there was an offensive foul on Courtney Lee coming right out of the timeout. And Dominique Jones, who takes a hard spill into the photographers along the baseline.
And it took a cameraman out right there. The last, okay, he's in there with Dirk in the ball game.
So they have a 20-point edge over the Rockets. Dominique Jones now has 8 points for the year. This is his 9th appearance of the season. He's only played 48 minutes coming into play. Opportunity to rest some players tonight. You've got Kidd at just a little over 24 minutes played tonight. Actually, just over 25 minutes. We may not see him for the rest of the night. Three-pointer was just hit out of the corner by Jermaine Taylor. Jared Jeffries is on for Houston. Barea to Haywood, down low, slams it home.
Nice pass, Barea. A pretty good job, Haywood tonight, rebounding. What's he got, 8 rebounds?
Yep. Meanwhile, Dirk has a double-double with 20 and 10, and Marion has a double-double, his second of the year. With yes, absolutely, it was clogged up there by Lee.
More rest. You got to remember that there's a lot of veterans.
Mavericks lead at 97-78. Haywood with a jumper that floats in. Because he went to that move with confidence. Buttinger on a drive. Miller knifing at the baseline, lays it in. 5 minutes to go. The Mavs lead only 21.
That's one of the highlights of the game. I mean, obviously the most important thing is that you win it, but remember that. How about that?
Another good move by Haywood, again with confidence. Into it right before that as well. So some good stuff tonight from the Mavericks in terms of teamwork, but we've seen that night in, night out this year. 4 to 3 is hit there by Courtney Lee.
You can't teach that. I mean,
atmosphere Saturday, you of course had everyone out here to see the Heat on Saturday night, and so that added a lot of energy to the building. And then the Mavs came out and played very, very well. They really seized control of the game. Cardinal got in midway through the fourth quarter. Stevenson has come back to get a little bit of extra run here at the end of the game as Lee hits. Judging the worthiness of a team based on point margin. I mean, the Mavericks probably could have named the score when they go up by 21 points. The Rockets are making a little bit of a run here, although Mahimi does deny Courtney Lee. Block shot by Mahimi. They did get Barea, I think, for a foul. And then watch Stevenson going after the loose ball. Everyone's okay.
You folks get to go home with a little Maverick sweat tonight.
Some guys have got, pretty heavy minutes considering.
Once again, Mahimi. And a little shot fake, but this time the second defender dives down and steals it away. That was Courtney Lee. 22 is the largest lead tonight for Dallas as they are on their way to a victory.
Hands up like that. When he puts his, he looks like the Pope.
Couple wins for Dallas, and they will up their record to 13 wins and 4 losses. They close out the month of November in style. Put it in the books. Dallas wins it over Houston, 101-91.